So, here's a summary of this one. The description. I am very new to competitive Overwatch. I only started this season and began playing when Overwatch 2 came out, playing mostly quick play. I picked up Lucio and he became my all-time favorite very fast. I began this season at Plat 4 and went to Bronze 2, but now I'm at Silver 4, which I seem to be sitting on currently. So went from all the way from Plat 4 to Bronze 2 up to Silver 4. This match is my longest match yet. It was very weird. I always found myself sitting on the payload in front of the whole enemy team multiple times, and being on the front line or the enemy's back line a bunch. The enemy Soldier 76 also had the wildest flanks. It was pretty funny. Overall, very strange game, but it was pretty enjoyable. I won't spoil the end, but I hope you enjoy it. So, this Lucio has managed to climb the Plat, go down to Bronze, and is now on Silver. Let's see what happens. But yes, I think it is because of the rank is because of being a new account. And you said you started at the beginning of the release of Overwatch 2. More than likely, it had the old MMR system they had with that set up at the beginning, and it put you in Plat, and then you D-rank down. So we'll see what happens. I'll watch some Lucio. We don't get to watch too much Lucio gameplay. It wasn't really even a question of, like, why they D-ranked it. What the... So I would recommend having a little bit more, like, trying to wall ride a little bit more, only because things like that won't happen as much. By the way, try not to stand, like, in the middle of the open right there, because you can take a lot of damage. You're also on Zen Lucio as your support line, so your Ramacha's gonna have a fun time. So... Okay, I like the speed boost in. I like the speed boost in. Apparently nobody in your team... Okay, honestly... I actually like the play you made. No one on your team actually wanted to go to cart, and they took the scenic route up there. So that's an interesting one. You actually kind of made the correct play on that. This is actually pretty good. I like the play you made there to go to point while nobody else did. Okay, now yeah, this is fine. It worked, and that's what matters right there. All right. Boop the Rhino away. Nice. You know, it's actually, I will say, you haven't been playing it, like, terribly, though. Like, so far, outside of randomly getting charged by a Reinhardt at the beginning, I feel like you actually do have decent movement on Lucio right now. Like, I think, like... This is a much different game already if you don't speed boost the button. I'm actually not bad. Now this is where it gets interesting. Watch out behind you because you're... Okay, there you go. And keep speed up for now. You're the only support now. You have to put heals back on. Recognize that you just lost your Zen there. You're like, yep, I was just going to say. You weren't even healing your May. You got to recognize in that situation that you don't have a Zen. You lose that value of speed boost pretty quickly at that point. Because you just lost your Zen. So you let your May get fire strikes when you could have just heal boosted him up. I would not... This will be a hindsight play. I have to see what happens. Because I feel like... Alright, worked out. I thought you were going to lose off that team fight. I'm okay with that. That was going to be one of those hindsight situations where if it went how I thought it was going to go on that team fight, if it went how I thought it was going to go, you were just going to lose that team fight because they had a Bastion inside of a Kitsune and your teammates disengaged. But then, like, your teammates survived it, then you Zen ulted, so, like, it worked out. I don't have a problem with that. And, like, the counter argument could be like, well, you lost your support ults, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, you also got their ultimates out, and I talk about all the time how being proactive with your ultimates can lead to, like, better results because what ends up happening is the other team is forced to use their ultimates too, and you kind of can reset ult pools rather than just having them stack their ultimates. So at that point, I'm okay with that play that you just made. But it's like I said, it's also very hindsight. You said, is this an ego replay? No, not necessarily. This is one of those situations where, like, basically, they placed Plat because they're brand new to the game. Right, they just started playing at the beginning of Overwatch 2. Played a lot of quick play. That was stated. Played a lot of quick play, right? So obviously, sometimes when your rank won't quite showcase where your movement's at and things like that, because obviously, if you're playing a ton of quick play, your movement on Lucio can become really good, right? So they ended up placing Plat, but then, like, at one point at the beginning of Overwatch 2, they changed it, and what I mean by that is They made it so that you wouldn't place as high, so more than likely it had that new system applied because you didn't play ranked during that. So it placed you in plat, but then it quickly deranks you all the way down to bronze because they wanted to make it so it was like the experience they wanted to create for a new player was it's going to be a lot better to climb up than to place really high and then just climb down, right? What's going to be a better experience? Climbing up, right? So more than likely, because you didn't play as much ranked at the beginning of the season, it put you in plat. Then it put you all the way down to bronze because it was just trying to get your MMR back to where it thought you were at. And then after that, you climb, which is why they're in silver now, but their movement's probably a little bit better than what you'll normally see in silver on Lucio. But at the same time, there's still going to be a... Oh, no! So yeah, I would say more than likely this Lucio will end up in gold again at some point. And then from there, you'll see what will happen. But your movement's pretty good on Lucio for what you're doing. I think the only thing I've really seen is... You might get a little bit too aggro sometimes, and what I mean by that is, like, I've seen you, like, run to their front line really fast. And, like, you can do that, but what's the way to explain this? The higher you climb, the more likely they'll just send you back to spawn real fast. But you're, like, it's not like that all the time, so if you can find, like, really good timings, then that can be good, too. So... Also, something you don't do a lot of, and it's not much of an issue right now, and maybe it's because of the support line you're on, you seem to not have any intention of really peeling for your backline, which will also become an issue if you just leave... Sorry, let me rephrase this. You don't peel for your other support, which could become an issue later on in ranked. Granted that, I mean, I don't think you're going to be able to peel for your Mercy who just flew into the team to try to res in front of their whole team. So as you just saw right there, you can't peel for that, but... You said you think this is like a brand new account. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think it is. They're actually level 200 with the level system. I actually think it really is somebody who's played a lot more quick play and decided to finally play ranked. And then they get deranked down because of how the system worked, because they said they played since the beginning. I mean, level 200 on it all? I mean, it's a pretty high level. I could be wrong. Senseless Kale, thanks to the 3 months of the Feature Primes. I think you appreciate it. That was pretty good. I mean, it's definitely a thing, believe it or not, where, like, playing a lot of quick play is, like, a thing. Like, people will play quick play for a long time. Like, people will play quick play for a long time and not really play ranked and be like, you know what, I'm gonna try ranked out. Now, I'm not saying that maybe this is a different account, but I don't know. I think it's... Like, the way they mention the story is I don't know. They made an account at the beginning of the game when they first started playing, which makes sense, right? That's how I see that. Then it has the MMR system they had an issue with that they changed later on in seasons, but if you didn't play, then it wouldn't adjust that. So when you play ranked, then you go there. Then it climbs down and goes back up. I don't think they're in silver. Like, if you get what I'm saying. Keep in mind, the way it started was their account started in plat. Then they kept playing, and it deranked them down to silver. To give you an idea, just to give you an idea, because I do have, like, the screenshot here. They have 342 hours in unranked. 342 hours in unranked. Which is quite a bit. Because you got 5,000 hours in unranked? Yeah. I mean, some people play a lot of quick play. I mean, there are players that won't even, like, touch ranked for, like, forever, and they'll just be in quick play, and they will dominate quick play games. But, yeah, I mean, like, so watching this VOD, what I will say is... They started in plat, it deranked them down to bronze, they're into silver now. I do not think they're going to be in silver for long. I really don't. I really don't think they're going to be in silver for long. I think that they will be fine. I think they'll be just fine, from what I've seen. Well, just to give you an idea, and as we keep watching this. But yeah, when I say peel for supports, it means, like, help when your other supports survive. But believe it or not, and then, like, this is something I've been talking about in a lot of my spectators recently. This is something I've been talking about a lot of my spectators. Is like, how do I explain it? If you keep your other support alive, and that's, like, your first step as a support, you will win a lot more games than you'll lose. Because one of the best things to do is just, your support line being alive is huge. And, like, one thing that I will say right now, and you're seeing it in top 500, and why you've heard, like, complaints about people saying how strong supports are, supports just keep each other alive, and you cannot do anything. And then they can still 1v1 you. And that's been kind of the issue people run into. No, I don't think this Lucio's stuck in silver. I think they're climbing back up after D-ranking. I'll explain how the rank system started off in Overwatch 2, and why some, like, and keep in mind, I can't speak for all, like, new accounts and all that. Here we go. %. What rank? Silver, but they were in plat. But they're not bronze or silver. They might actually even be in plat where the rank started. Huge beat, exactly. Yeah, so far I've been pretty good. I think this is also on console too, if I'm correct. I think this is a console game. The console without wall right? I feel like, maybe I'm wrong, but like, I feel like, wouldn't it be? I feel like you could wall ride pretty well on controller, right? Because I know Wrecking Ball has, I know that like Wrecking Ball you can have really good movement also with controller. So I feel like Lucio would do fairly well on controller. Obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you could get as much harder. That's fair. I guess it might also depend, like, how much Lucio you're playing, too. I don't know. It feels like it could be pretty good. Did they change the default setting? I don't know, actually. And yeah, sorry there isn't as much, like, it's hard to give advice on this game, specifically, because outside of playing too aggressive and not peeling for your backline, I think what's happening is just because your account was brand new at the beginning, it put you at a rank that more than likely you will not be at, and you're gonna climb. I don't see this and go, oh, you know, I can see why the game put you down into bronze after being in plat. I'm pretty sure I know why your account did that, and I'll explain it like more towards the end of the video. And yes, we are in rank Q still, chat. Just so you know, I am in Q right now. That's why I'm doing this. So I'm just watching I'm watching replays and recording videos in the meantime. Well, that wasn't ideal. Bit too aggressive. Actually, I can explain it now. Oh, wait, I got a game. Okay, I'm like, I'll explain it now. I get a Q. Ooh, that was a good res by the Mercy. Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty good gameplay so far. Like I said, I mean, outside of a few movement things here and there and not peeling for your backline support a lot of the time, I think overall it's been pretty good. Yeah, I'll talk about it in a second here with, like, why I think the account was at plat then is now in silver. I'll go into that right towards the end of the game. Good job recognizing that your, like, other support isn't there right now. So in doing so, okay, actually, I want you to look at your backline. Look behind you. Like, getting the Mercy is good, but I also want you to look at the HP of your other teammates, because if you do that, yeah, I was gonna say. Whoop. Ooh! That was a good Reaper roll. Nice job. Not bad at all. That was actually surprising. No one's pushing cart. Going back for your teammates is good. That is good, by the way. Going back for your teammates. Doesn't happen as much, which basically that's... When someone asks you if you can, like, bring somebody back from spawn, that's what that is. That Kiriko just ran into the team. All right, not bad. Okay, so talk about this very quickly, because So the reason why I think this account is where it's at is because this is how it started. So when Overwatch 2 was released, and obviously there was a bunch of new players who started, what happened is basically they would place you a lot higher than you would actually be at. So it would place you in plat, it would place you in, pretty much plat or gold, right? And then what would happen is the experience for most new players was they would D-rank down to bronze. So then after like a season or two, they were like, yeah, this is not ideal. The experience of ranking down in comparison to ranking up is going to be a lot worse, right? So they made it so you would place more towards like that bronze silver range and then rank up rather than rank down. Keep in mind, this is on like brand new accounts at the beginning of Overwatch. Now, this account mentioned that they played right at the beginning of Overwatch and they played nothing but quick play. And I think it was about 350 hours of quick play, it looked like, with a little bit, and then about 50 hours of like arcade and other stuff. And then they played ranked for the first time. And then so basically what happened was it was still under that season 1 MMR where they were in plat. So they placed plat. Then the game did exactly what it was doing before with the new system. It brought them down to bronze, and then they climbed up to silver. They're not silver. I can tell you right now, all the quick play hours they've been playing, they're not going to be silver for long. That account will be in gold/plat really soon. And the movement was good. My biggest thing of advice I saw was you got to appeal for your supports more. Like taxing your teammates back, etc. is great, but you also need to appeal for your backline, because if you continue to do that and you don't appeal for your other support, you might run into issues sometimes where there won't be enough like healing output happening because you're just like so focused on what's in front of you. One of the cool things about Lucio is you can kind of go back and forth a little bit and make some really cool plays. So that's what I saw. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Sub to the YouTubes, all three of them if you haven't. A bunch of awesome videos on there. We record these all live on stream, as you can tell by the chat right there. So make sure to stop by and follow the stream, follow everything if you haven't. Look in the description below. If you want to submit your own spectating, it's on my Discord. We have a channel for that. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night.